This was the only battle I was actually able to get through chasing Elo's little stream thing, so yeah, I don't know why I'm actually talking about the battle so early on in the thing, because I like to do random shit before the battle actually starts. But a little backstory to this battle, again, with Elo again. Because I've had a battle with Elo, I think I was talking about backstory last time, but yeah, so I was looking for a match, and I was like, if I'm gonna battle Elo, I don't want to beat him too badly, so I was like, I'm gonna use this team I newly constructed, but hadn't tested out yet. I was planning on testing it out, but I hadn't gotten around to it. It was just kind of sitting there in a team row, and I was like, well, let's just try this team out. I put it together one night. I usually like throw teams together like midnight, like when I'm in my bed and I'm bored. I'm just like, let's try to put a team together, and then yeah, out came this team at one point. So I was like, let's use it. Never used it before, and I just decided to use it. So it's a decent team, it's decent synergy because I build decent ass teams. Look at his team, and I see nothing that really threatens me. I'm just gonna decide to lead off with my Crobat since it's a standard lead of the team and it's like, good against most of his guys, especially my Child. I'm like, just gonna U-turn now in case it may be a Zorak and I can, outspeed it and kill it off probably because super effective damage. And so switching off into his Empoleon and takes very little, so yeah, I'm gonna go into Victini here. Was debating whether to go for the V-Create or Fusion Bolt. I knew V-Create would definitely kill, but I was pretty sure that Fusion Bolt would still kill at this range because I'm banded. So, yeah, but it doesn't because I'm Jolly banded, and I really should run Adamant Band and Jolly Scarf instead of the other way around. But Empoleon does barely hang on, is able to get off a Torrent Scald and does a fuck ton to me back, despite it probably being specially defensive. So, yeah, that really does suck. So just gonna go for another. The reason I did go for Fusion Bolts. I know he only has that one electric resist, which is his Raikou, and not too scared of it switching in, since it's still not gonna appreciate taking it too much, because it's still gonna do like about a quarter. So yeah, so Raikou comes in, takes a good chunk from it. And I am gonna switch out here, obviously fearing the electric move. Decided just to go into my Claydol. I was thinking that he was gonna predict my Claydol switch, but I was just like, at the same time. So yeah, here I decided to stay in again, just deciding to sack my Claydol. I don't know why I didn't switch into Porygon Z. I'm not exactly sure what my thought process there was. I'm pretty sure I was just being lazy for most of the time. But Claydol is gonna die really early, which does I do lose my spin and my rocks really early in this game, which is gonna hamper me for a lot of the match. So it's gonna make things kind of difficult. So I go into my Porygon, my best Raikou check of sorts. It's gonna go for the Ice Beam, predicting him to go into his Dusclops, predicting me to go for the try attack, and he isn't switching into his Empoleon. I'm like, God fucking damn it, I was so close to going for the T-Bolt, and I didn't. And that's dumb. So, Claydol, this thing's able to get its rocks up all because I went for that Ice Beam, and it's just like, this is really bad. So switched into my Victini to get it out before, and have to choose one move to lock myself in on before I die. And if I lock myself into Brick Break, Dusclops coming. If I lock myself into V-Create, I'm easily revenged. And if I lock myself into Fusion Bolt, I'm still easily revenged. So it really didn't matter what move I went for. So I had to go for Fusion Bolt since it's the most stylish, and then he kills me off with Fake Out on his Mayan Chow. And yes, that's bad. So going to Slowbro now, knowing I had to take a U-turn pretty easily. I was thinking he may. I don't know. I actually didn't really think he was going to stay in, but decided to get a Thunder Wave off on pretty much most of his team. None of his team would really appreciate it too much, especially like the Raikou or the Crobat. So decided to go for the T-Wave. Gets a crit off on the U-turn. It didn't really matter, I'd say. I'm gonna say that didn't matter because later on I didn't really need Slowbro for much. Not like I really valued this thing. So yeah, Dusclops comes in, gets the Thunder Wave, gets the Parahack. It is now paralyzed, and this Dusclops is gonna turn out to be the bane of my existence. My God, this set is just. I hate this thing. I now have a new hatred for Dusclops because of this battle. So, switching to my Nidoking, this is my best thing to overall hit it with now. So, he goes for a sub. I'm going to go for my Earth Power. Pretty sure I'll be able to break it because stab and whatnot. And it does. I think I actually crit him on this sub, but I'm pretty sure it didn't matter. So, yeah, he's gonna go for the paint split here. Gonna get some health back, and yeah, this is already the fun has just begun with this Dusclops, and gonna go for Earth Power. Yeah, it does over a quarter, so it didn't really matter. And I'm just gonna go for some more Earth Powers as he continues to stall in sub, and then when he gets low, going for the paint splits to hit me down, and that's the gist of this set. So this thing is going to be super happy fun time. So I'm just really hell bent at this point of just staying in and spamming Earth Power because eventually I'm gonna run out of HP and he's gonna lose the HP to steal from. So not really too worried about it. Final switches in the Crobat. Decide just to switch up on the Ice Beam to see what he wants to do. He ends up just going for the U-turn, predicting me to switch here. So just thinking that maybe Scarfed or something, but yeah. Gonna go for the ice beam, and he switches into his Mayan Shell, and that thing is going to die to a ice beam. Maybe no, it lives. And I was like, really? How did that thing not die? Mayan Shell, you're supposed to be frail. That's not part of your contract. So I ended up going to Slowbro, knowing that it's the best thing to take a fake out. I was deciding if I was really gonna want to keep Slowbro or not, and I was like, the real only thing I really needed it for was this Slowbro, since Crobat probably carries U-turn. I can't really deal with that thing very well, and I didn't really feel like I needed Slowbro, so I just kind of let it die, which is also kind of probably stupid. Since I still have the Regenerator, I could have switched out to pretty much anything to take the U-turn, and it would have died either way, but again, my prediction pants rolling on at this battle. It goes into Zoroark now. I'm going to go into my Porygon, seeing that, and I'm just going to go for the Tri-Attack, knowing that I'll be faster, and I'm going to take out the Zoroark, and it's going to die, so not that big of a problem, so yeah. I have a huge habit of never mentioning that Zoroark's transformed into something and just calling it Zoroark, because it's 80% of the time Zoroark is pretty obvious when it's a Zoroark. So yeah, it goes into his Dusclops now. Obviously I'm locked in the Tri-Attack and I can't stay in here, so that's gonna suck. And I really wish I carried Dark Pulse on this stupid Scarf set. That would have made my life a lot easier. But gonna switch into my Crobat now. Since it's my best thing to take it on, I haven't seen an attacking move from this thing yet, so I'm like, maybe it doesn't run any. I can maybe force him to struggle. Just gonna go for the taunt because it's my best bet here. See what he wants to do. He's probably gonna go for a non-attacking move because literally all I've seen, and then I was thinking of Seven, his last move is probably going to be Willow, thinking about it, so just going to U-turn out and go into my Porygon. I can take a Willow, knowing that I actually thought he was going to switch because I thought he had no attacking moves, so ends up staying in, and it turns out his one attacking move is actually the Nightshade, which is pretty awesome because I know his whole set, and I know he can't touch me after he's taunted, so I'm like, okay, I can finally kill this thing, right, because I can just hit him with a couple Thunderbolts, he'll die eventually, he's taunted, so he can't heal any health back, but no, taunt lasts 2 turns, the minimum amount of turns it could possibly last. I love this game so much. Yay. If taunt lasted 3 turns, it would have been my game, or this thing would have been dead, I should say. Not really my game, but killing this Dusclops was very important to me. So Thunderbolt doesn't bring him low enough to the point where he can't sub, so he just sets up another, and I'm just like, monkey butt pants thing, this thing. And notice how this Dusclops doesn't get like 1 Parahax this entire time. This thing is just the bane of my existence. I hate this thing and everything it stands for. Gonna go for more Thunderbolts. He ends up finally switching into his Raikou. I'm thinking this thing is probably Spec, judging by how much the HP Ice did to my Claydol, because I was thinking if it was Scarfed, I may have been able to take 2, if I remember correctly, from other battles I've had with Claydol, so I'm gonna go into Crobat as fodder here, just I don't really need it for much, and I didn't want to risk him predicting my Nidoking going HP Ice, so I decided, let's just let this thing die, I don't really need it for anything, and that also is a questionable play, because I could have used it to taunt the Dusclops, and then I could have dealt with the Dusclops a lot better, but hey, bad plays all around in this match for me, apparently, so I'm gonna go into Porygon since I know it's faster than the rest of his team. I'm just gonna go into it. He goes into his Crobat. Now, I wasn't really sure if Ice Beam could kill or not. I was hoping that it could, and actually does, because I have modest specs, and that may have come into play for that killing, since Crobat does have decent natural bulk. So, Ice Beam takes that thing out. He goes into his Dusclops. I'm like, I think I can live with a Stealth Rocket. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just gonna go for a nice Beam. Maybe he'll get a crit. Maybe he'll get 1 Parahax. But of course, again, doesn't happen. He attacks with this Dusclops like 15 times and doesn't get 1 Parahax. So I'm going to die to Curse, which is why I brought it in, just to kill off my Porygon. And my last is going to be Nidoking. His Raikou is naturally faster and is going to be able to kill me off with an HP Ice / Extra Sensory. And that is going to be the match and a good game. KwandaoRen66 or Elo or Eric or whatever other names he possibly has. That was a really good match. Yeah, that was a decent battle, and I'll see you guys later for more battles. Maybe I'll get some more OU done. But every time I have an OU battle, it always sucks. So I don't even know. So see you guys later.